Are we live yet? Are we live yet? Yes, it looks like we are live. We're getting there. Can we see anything, or is it just gonna be dark? 3, 2, 1. Is it working? Hey, there we are. How we all doing today, everybody? This is Evan with EvansEasyJapanese.com, and we're going to be doing some super exciting NHK Easy News. I figured we should try doing this. It's a bunch of new, fresh, easy to access, relatively easy Japanese. I don't know, maybe it's intermediate level. Plus, it's always fun looking at the news and seeing what other people say about it. But I don't know, these are pretty tame news stories. It's not like the American news anymore online, where it's like, everything is literally the evil and death of the world, and everyone will die in 8 seconds. There's a bunch of fun stuff up there. So, what I did this time was I chose 2 stories, the Pokemon Go while driving story and the Trump protest stories. I did this one just because I did the Trump story earlier for S&G, and then figured I'd just keep it on going. Because might as well keep talking about Trump. Everyone seems to be really upset about it or really excited about it, but there's no middle emotion. There's another one with Abe Sordi talking to Trump. I didn't translate this one. There's another one. Oh yeah, there was another one that was about like Uchu something. I didn't read that one, but I was like, oh, maybe they found something cool in outer space that I didn't hear about. Anyway, we're doing these 2. What I did was I decided to first off, sorry, I should have had this ready. Quizlet. We have some flashcards you can check out on Quizlet.com. Just look for Evan G. Rogers or Evan's Easy Japanese. Blah 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 blah. There'll be links in the YouTube video. And why don't I can send you the links here? Let's just go ahead and bring them here. We'll drop them into the doohickey so that people who are with us right now can access them now. Yoink! There is that one, and this is the Pokemon Go driving one. Right, there you guys go. We'll get rid of those for now. And that's for the vocab. This is for the grammar. Okay? So I wish there was a way to like make these bigger with like getting rid of this. Can I get rid of the preview, I wonder? Anyway, I'll figure that out later some other time. If I go like that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Excuse my nose. I'm still draining all the crap out from this morning. Futsu no yuzo yama. What, can we go to like the real... Oh yeah, here's the real meaty stuff. Yeah, look how much more there is in there. Alright, anyway, let's just do the easy news for now. Alright, so let's go ahead. So first off, this is Trump protests. Check out EvansEasyJapanese.com. First major grammar point, we have ex ni kimarimashita. Notice it's kimarimasu, which is to decide, and then we have ex ni. This is to decide to be something, like it was decided to be X. So something has been decided. It has been decided upon X. So if there's Trump and there's Hillary Clinton, Trump ni kimarimashita. It has been chosen to be Trump. It has been decided upon, or we have decided on Trump. There you go. Decided on Trump. Decided on X. So, America no tsugi no daitorio wa you ga Trump-san ni kimarimashita. So, really quickly, the transitive of this is kimemas, which is to choose X, or to... This is more the active, to pick X. Okay, so America no tsugi no daitorio wa, America obviously no shows ownership, so America no tsugi, America's next no daitorio, the next president, daitorio is president. America no tsugi no daitorio wa yoka, on the 8th. Notice we don't have a ni or a wa here. We don't need it. Yoka can just be by itself. Yoka, Trump-san ni kimarimashita. So Trump ni kimarimashita. It has been decided upon. Trump has been decided upon. Trump has been decided upon. The next major grammar point is noun plus y, ya, and then y nado. So the ya part literally means like and, but it means and things like, and then this is nado, sort of like etc. So, New York ya Washington nado 10以上の都市では Okay. This day here is showing us place of action. The wa here is specifying, we're limiting ourselves to just these 10 places. This just basically means like big cities. Ijo means more than, and including 10, so 10 or more. So notice 10 以上の都市, so 10 or more cities. Notice how Toshi is owned by 10. the 10 cities of 10 or more. So New York ya Washington. They're talking about the cities because we have the cities right here. New York ya Washington など10以上の都市では so at 10 cities or more, like New York and Washington, Trump-san ga daitorio ni naru. Daitorio ni naru is to become president. Oh, I can't see anything. I just took off my glasses. Daitorio ni naru. So once again, ni narimasu. That's worth a gram point. But anyway, naru is to become, and daitorio ni naru is to become the president. So daitorio ni narimasu to become the president. So in these cities, Trump-san ga daitorio ni naru. Trump will become the president, but then we immediately have koto, which turns that entire thing into a noun. Koto is a nounifier. A nounifier. That should actually be in here. I didn't add it. Nounification. I don't have room to put it in there, so I'm going to leave it out. Putting koto after an entire sentence turns it into a noun. So the Trump becoming a president, if that even works, the Trump becoming a president stuff, basically Trump becoming a president ni hantai suru hito. Okay, so Trump-san ga daitorio ni naru koto ni hantai suru. So X ni hantai suru is to oppose something. So the opposing Trump's becoming president. Maybe that's how we would say it. Trump's becoming president. So opposing Trump's becoming president in 10 cities. Opposing Trump's becoming president. So this once again is an entire noun. Naru koto. Trump's becoming of president. Hantai suru, ni hantai suru. The opposing of Trump becoming president. And then we have this suru is modifying a noun. Hito tachi. When you have a verb modifying a noun, we translate it like a verb that nouns. So the noun is. I'm sorry, a verb that nouns. I'm sorry, a noun that verbs. So we use the relative pronoun. People who are opposing, or who oppose, the Trump becoming president. Then this people is actually modifying demo, which is demonstration. So demonstrations, people's demonstrations opposing Trump's presidency ga tsuzuitemasu. Tsuzukimasu is to continue, and then tsuzuiteimasu is continuing. It is currently continuing. I think this actually still is continuing. I'm not sure. But if you're throwing bricks through windows opposing a presidency, then you're not part of the solution, because breaking private citizens' things because you're mad at what the public did is just not a smart thing. Hey, Macy's! Trump became president, so I'm going to steal your watches. No, you're just a looter at this point. Get over yourself. I'm not even a big Trump fan, just pointing out that you should be breaking people's stuff. So let's go over this sentence one more time. New York ya Washington nado. In places, New York, places like New York and Washington, 10以上の都市では in 10 or more cities like Washington and New York, Trump-sanが大統領になることに反対する人たちのデモ. That's all like one noun. This whole chunk is one noun. So demonstrations, people's demonstrations that oppose, what do they oppose? Oppose the Trump's becoming of presidency. 大統領になること。Sorry, I keep using the O there. に反対する人たちのデモ. These demonstrations are the subject ga tsuzuitemasu, are continuing. That's a long sentence. If you have questions about that, please type them in. We got 2 viewers. Somebody's watching me. They're just quiet. That's alright. 5000以上の人が So Gosen is 5,000. So we're over here now. Why wa dewa arimasu? That must be later. Gosen nin, so 5,000 people. Ijo, more than 5,000 people. 5,000 people or more. No hito. Gosen nin ijo no hito. So 5,000 or more people. Ga, that's the subject. So 5,000 or more people are doing something. What's the verb? Arimashita. So there is. Oh, sorry, the verb is actually here. For that one is over here. So, gosen nin ijo no hito ga demo ni atsumatte. So, hito ga demo ni atsumatta. Atsumatta means to gather, or past tense gathered. So, 5,000 people have gathered in demonstrations. Demo ni atsumatta. And then that's all modifying another noun, toshi. 5000人以上の人が so 5,000 people がデモに集まった gathered in demonstrations 都市 so the cities where 5,000 people or more gathered in a demonstration もありました There are also cities where over 5,000 people have gathered in demonstrations. And this also is more like there are even cities where more than 5,000 people have gathered. So this mode usually means like as well as. So more than much, there are as well as cities where 5,000 people have gathered in demonstrations. Translates to there are even cities where 5,000 people or more have come to demonstrate. Holy moly! Alright, so that's your first exciting paragraph. Let me check the thing. No one is talking to me. No, me so sad. Okay, I'll stop being a whiny brat. Is that coming through on the chat window? Yes, it is. Great. Hopefully you guys can actually read all that stuff. I guess this is getting in the way. Sorry. Alright. Demonstration. Demo shita hito tachi wa. Once again, we have if you're not at this level yet, notice how insanely frequently we're having a noun being modified by a verb. You need to learn how to do this. The verb is in plain form. If you do not know how to do the plain form, you can go to my website. Evans Easy Japanese. Evans. Whoops, I can't type my own name. Evans Easy Japanese. Oh my gosh, it's not even coming on. Oh, I didn't type in the S. Okay, Evans Easy Japanese. There we go. Go to individual grammar lessons, go to verb conjugations, and you will find the plain form. If you don't know how to do this at all, you're going to have to go through all these videos. But the plain form is finally verb video 6, and it'll teach you how to make plain forms. Very helpful stuff, and that's what you have to use when you're modifying a noun. So, demo o shita hito tachi wa. So, the people who are demonstrating, or who were demonstrating, wa, and then so wa, blah, 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 blah. Then we have a whole lot of crap. Notice how we end with o itemashita. So, imas is like to say. Imas is to say. Ite imashita is like they were saying. They were saying this. Okay? So the demonstrating people were saying all of this. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Okay, so the actual sentence is demo shita hitotachi wa. Then it's all of this, and then this is the actual verb. To hanashite It's the hanashimasu is to speak. And then this is the quotative to particle, the quotation. So they were saying all of this stuff that's in quotation marks. Sorry. This is, even though there's a period inside the quotation mark, this is all one sentence. Demo shita hitotachi wa, something, to hanashite. They were speaking in a manner of this. They were saying this. Basically, to hanashimasu and to imasu are the same thing. So imashita is to exist, and hanashite imashita means to they were saying, they were speaking. To hanashite. So they were saying all of this. This nado here is things like. They were saying things like all this. Demo shita hitotachi wa nado to hanashite. They were saying things like this. We have that basically directed here. The to quotation plus to imas, to say. To say whatever's in the brackets. Not always a direct quote. Sometimes it's an indirect quote. You can use verbs like think, speak, or request. I don't know why I have a second guy right there. Okay, Trump-san wa gaikoku kara kita hito. So once again, we have another verb modifying a noun. Hito is people, or person. Kita, came. Kara gaikoku kara, foreign countries, people who came from foreign countries. Trump-san wa. So this was the main subject. So what he's doing, he is doing this verb. Nakoto itemashita. He was saying stuff. Was saying itemashita, just like I talked about earlier. Trump-san wa blah 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 o itemashita. He was saying stuff like that. What was he saying? Gaikoku kara kita hito wa. Oh, sorry, ya. So people who came from foreign countries, and josei nado, and people like women, and women and people who came from other countries, and those sorts of peoples. Oh, sabetsu suru yona koto. So sabetsu is discrimination, discriminatory. Sabetsu suru is to discriminate. Sabetsu suru koto yona. Notice how we have yona being directly after a suru. Yona koto is and things like of a fashion like this. So sabetsu suru yona koto, stuff that is like discriminatory against people who are like women and people who came from a different country. A pretty tricky sentence, but the grammar's pretty basic. Well, the grammar's tricky, but the sentence is basic. Trump was saying things that were in a fashion of discrimination against. Notice how the O particle is used for discrimination, not the ni particle. So women and people from foreign countries, discriminatory things against women women and people from foreign countries. He was saying those things. Trump-san wa watashi tachi no daitoryou de wa arimasen. Trump-san wa Trump. Watashi tachi no daitoryou, my president, de wa arimasen. Notice de arimas is the way of saying des. De arimas is X is Y. De wa arimasen is he is not. Trump-san wa watashi no daitoryou de wa arimasen. He's not my president, nado to hanashite. So the demonstrating people were saying stuff like he ain't my president, and he was saying discriminatory things against women and foreigners, I guess is the appropriate way of saying it. Sorry, man, can't really ask questions myself because I'm not on that level yet. Just checking out how you go into sense. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing this, taipori. It might be too tricky now, but if you watch me do this stuff, you're going to see grammar bits, and you're going to understand, you're going to slowly gain some grammar. What's the difference between hanashimashita and Okay, so hanashimashita is he said, or he spoke something, he said something. Hanashite imashita is he was saying something, so it's continuous. So let's go through all the little things. We have hanashimasu has two meanings. Two meanings. To speak or will speak. So like I speak every day. We'll say do speak. It's habitual, or will speak in the future. Hanashimashita is spoke, like in the past tense. Slash they call it the it's completed. It's done. They call it the perfective is another way of saying it. The perfective. I might just mistype that. Perfective. Nope, that's proper. And then hanashite is the te form. Plus, we'll say imas. Notice this is not past tense. Equals to be doing, to be speaking, currently, over a time. So like continuous. And then if we make the imas past tense, hanashite imashita was talking. So that's what's going on there. So hanashimashita is he spoke, he said something. Whereas hanashite imashita was he was saying things. It's past continuous. And in Japanese, the continuous can be a little bit tricky. We won't get into that right now because we're not dealing with it right now, but it can be pretty tricky. Please ask more questions. I hope you guys learned some grammar. That's why I have this for the grammar, and then we have the vocab on the Quizlet. Once again, if you guys need more grammar assistance, send me a link and I can make videos for you. If you guys are like, what's the grammar for this or this or this, and I can, make a request to me and I can try to get some stuff. Yeah, we got that paragraph down. Great. Trump-san ga senkyo ni katta. Okay, that's probably the next. Okay, so I just ignore this. Okay, so something ni kachimasu is you've won at the contest, and the contest is senkyo, the election. Trump-san ga senkyo ni katta. Trump-san won the election. Koto. The fact that Trump won the election, so once again, koto is just like a nounification. Trump's winning the election, ni shoku o uketeru. Shoku is a shock. Shocking. So shock is like shocking. A shock o uketeru. Ukeru is to receive or to be hit by something. So X ni Y o ukeru. To receive Y, notice how Y is the object. Y, to receive a Y by or from X. So this is kind of like the passive form. So let's look at the grammar we have here. So we have Trump-san ga senkyo ni katta koto ni, from by the fact that Trump won the election, shoko uketeru. So they are receiving a shock. Who's receiving the shock? The gakusei. So students who are receiving a big shock from the fact that Trump won, mo imasu. There are also students who are very shocked by the fact that Trump won the election. Okay? That's pretty tricky. Once again, Trump-san ga senkyo ni katta koto. So Trump's winning the election. Ni, so this is the source of the object. So this is where it came from. Ni ukitemasu. They are receiving from the fact that he won the election a shock. Shoku wo ukiteru. So they're feeling a shock. They're experiencing a shock. They're having a shock blasted at them. Gakusei. Students who are being shocked by the fact that Trump won the election, mo imasu. There are also students who are shocked that Trump won the election. So kono tame, this kono tame is, and for that purpose. Tame usually means purpose, but here it means for this reason. For this reason, or because of this, kono tame, because of this, oku no daigaku. This oku no, oi is an e adjective, and usually when you use the ku, it's for adverbs, oku, but this is just a weird one. You can't do this for most adjectives. Oi is just special. Oku no just means many. That's just a weird way of saying many. Oku no daigaku. Many colleges. Daigaku was colleges. So many colleges ga, they're the subject of the sentence. So many colleges are doing something. What are they doing? They are blah, 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 blah. To itemasu. They are saying something. Oku no daigaku ga shinpai ya nayami ga aru gakusei wa. Oh, sorry, that's actually not the subject. 多くの大学が心配や悩みがある学生は相談に来てほしいと言ってます。Students who have shock and worries, like shinpai is like worry and nayami is also like worry. I actually couldn't figure out what the difference between these two things are. Shinpai ya nayami are like concerns, worries, problems, feeling troubled. Ga aru gakusei, so students who are feeling troubled and worried. Wa, so those guys, wa sodan ni kite hoshi. Kite hoshi, te hoshi means we want you to do something. I want you to do something. I want you to do something means whatever the verb is, put in the te form, then add hoshi is I want you to verb. So 多くの大学が many of the colleges 相談に来てほしい。相談 is a consultation. 相談に来てほしい. I want you to come in and have a consultation. Who? Troubled students should come in and get. We want you to have consultations. If you're, many colleges are saying that they want students who are feeling worried to come in for consultation. So notice, 心配や悩みがある学生は相談に来る。相談に来て. So come for consultation, 欲しい. We want you to come in for consultation is what they're saying. Yeah, kind of a screwed up sentence. このため、多くの大学が many colleges 心配や悩みがある学生は相談に来てほしいと言ってます。多くの大学が many colleges 心配 then that's one whole chunk right there. 多くの大学. And then 心配や悩みがある学生 is another thing. So students who have worries and concerns. 相談に来てほしい. I want you to come and talk. と言ってます. They're saying that they want these people to come in and talk to them. The colleges are. Tricky stuff. That's another end of a paragraph. Let me check if we got questions. No, nothing. You guys are quiet today. And then we got Trump-san wa senkyo no ato. Are we on the next one? No? Okay, good. Trump-san wa. So Trump is doing something. And looks like we have another quotation. Toimashita. Yeah, so Trump said something. Trump-san wa. He said something. This is the quotation part again. So he said whatever's in this. When did he say it? It says right here, Senkyo no ato, after the election. Usually we'd have a de there, but we don't need it. Trump-san wa Senkyo no ato de blah 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 toimashita. He said this. What did he say? Kore kara, from this, after this. Minna de, together. Everyone together. Minna de ishoni, everyone together. Senkyo de, by means of the election. Futatsu ni wakerarete ita. Something was split in two by means of the election. Kuni. Okay, so the country is being modified by wakerarete ita. Wakerarete ita is the passive verb in this areru. Is the passive form of the verb. Usually means to be verbed. Also has a feeling of aw crap. The country. Notice that we have be verbed. We have wakarete. Wakeru is to split. So, to be split. A country that was, notice it's past tense. Ita te ita, that was split. A country that was split. Futatsu ni, into senkyo de. This election split, or by means of this election, we were split. The country was split in two. Our split in two country. Korekara minna de issho ni senkyo de. So okay. Korekara minna de issho ni, everyone together. Hitotsu ni shimashou. Let's make it one. Let's make it one. So this hitotsu ni is to one, into one. Shimashou, verb ni shimashou. Okay, so I didn't actually put that in here. First off, masho is shall we? Let's verb. Shall we do something? Oh, okay, yeah, great. So shall we do something? Let's do something. We should do something. Then we have XOY ni suru. So notice how we have hitotsu ni shimashou. So this is to make it Y. To make it Y. So to make it one. To make it one. Let's make it one. What are we going to make one? We're going to make the kuni one. We're going to make the country one. What is the country? What kind of a country? Country's being modified by all this. Senkyo de futatsu ni wakarete ita kuni. Wakarete ita kuni. So the country that was split into two by the election. After this, everyone together. Let's turn this country that was split in two by the election into one. Let's make this country. Let's make this split country into one. He said. Trump wa imashita. Shikashi, but. America no terebi ya shinbun nado. Wow, once again we have this ya and nado. So America no terebi ya shinbun nado. So American TV and newspapers and things like that, aka the media. Nado wa. So, but Americans media. Korekara America o hitotsu ni matomeru. Once again, matomeru is basically to mend together, to bring together. So this is similar to hitotsu ni shimashou. Hitotsu ni matomeru. これからアメリカを一つにまとめる making America one no wa. So this no is just like the kota that we've been talking about. It turns into a noun. The making of America into one wa kantan dewa nai. It is not easy. Kantan is easy. Dewa nai negates it. Kantan dewa nai to itemasu. They are saying. So who's saying? America no terebi ya shinbun nado wa, they are saying to itemasu. What are they saying? Kantan demonai. It's not easy. What's not easy? Making America one. America o hitotsu ni matomeru no wa kantan dewa nai to itemasu. America o hitotsu ni matomeru. Making America one. And then the no turns into making. Making America one will not be easy to itemasu. Alright, there is your Trump thing. Really quickly, I don't know if you guys have been following the WikiLeaks, but yes, America's media was very heavily in favor of Clinton. For anybody in the foreign countries, one of the reasons why Trump won was because of those WikiLeaks, and they showed that basically Clinton was in bed with every other, with every major media outlet. It was pretty impressive. Julian Assange needs to win Time Man of the Year because what he did, he basically made an election. He basically won. with the leaks, he won an election for somebody. That's impressive. So I honestly think Trump would have lost if it wasn't for Julian Assange. Like, I think definitely Trump would have lost if it wasn't for Julian Assange's WikiLeaks. So if you have anybody to hate WikiLeaks. So that's that. Any questions on the grammar? Please ask. I can explain them. No questions for me. You can see my awesome typing skills. Okay, we got no questions for me. Really? Nothing on that one? I'll check back in a little bit, but I'm surprised nobody's asking questions on that. All right, so there's the Trump protest. Next, we're gonna talk about Pokemon Go and driving. Here we go. Pokemon Go driving. Unten shiteru toki wa Pokemon Go ga dekinaku natta. So unten shiteru toki wa, toki means when. Then we have the continuous unten shiteru toki, when driving. When you're driving, Pokemon Go got dekinaku. This is the negative of dekinai. This is negative of dekimasu. Able to, not able to. The ku narimasu is to become in a fashion. So you are unable. It has come to be that you are unable to play Pokemon Go while driving. Big news, because a bunch of people were driving. I used to play this game, and I'll admit I did a little bit while I was driving, just in simple, easy places. That game is a dangerous game. I stopped playing it. But also, it was a huge waste of time. How many times do you have to catch the same bozo over and over again? Okay, so grammar. Tool, de. So by means of, using a thing. So the de particle tells us by what means we're achieving our verb. So here we have it here. Game de. Smartphone no game. Oh, sorry. I should check the grammar, the questions. I have no questions because you explained it so well. Thank you so much. Oh, I feel so wonderful now. Okay, great. So, the de particle, by means of, de. So notice how when we use the no particle, we're combining nouns. Smartphone no game. So the smartphone game, de. By means of a smartphone game, machi no naka de. This de is a different de. This shows us the place of an action. Notice how we have an action. The action is asobimasu. Or it could even be atsumete. Atsumete is also... when you use a te form of a verb followed by another verb, it's almost like these two verbs are together. So it's almost like this one big verb. Atsumete, atsumeru, atsumemasu, atsumete. This is to gather. Asobimasu is to play and have fun. So you're gathering things and having fun. That is an action. Gathering things and having fun is definitely an action. So we use a de particle to show where that action is happening. Machi no naka de, inside of a town, at a town. Machi no naka de, with your smartphone, in a city or in a town. Kyarakta na do o, so things like characters. O atsumete, you can gather things like characters, asobimasu, and have fun. You can have fun gathering characters at your city with your phone, and that's what Pokemon Go is. Pokemon Go, what? We're talking about Pokemon Go. Using your cell phone, you have fun gathering characters and in your city. That's how that sentence works. We're talking about Pokemon Go. You have fun. You're goofing off. You're chilling with your homies. Smartphone de, with your smartphone. Machi no naka de, inside of a town. Character na do o atsumete. You're gathering characters and things like that. I guess, I don't know. Are Pokemon's considered characters? I guess. Asobimasu. And you're having fun. Cool. Oh, here we go. Verb. No, let's keep that where it is. Verb 1 plus a second verb connected by a te form. Do verb 1 and then do verb 2. Having done verb 1, verb 2. I like to explain this best as think about it in English. You say, I woke up this morning, ate breakfast, brushed my teeth, ran out the door, got to school, barfed on my girlfriend. I don't know, something weird. Just ended with a humor. That's what the te form does. It links all those sentences that don't really have a connection. Like, technically, that's technically a run-on sentence, right? So, like, I woke up, brushed my teeth, went to school, had fun. Like, those are each individual sentences. However, because the subject's the same and they happen in a linear order and they're connected, it's linearly. One happens before the next, right? That's what the te form does. So verb one is happens before verb two, and verb two is connected to verb one in some way. So notice atsumete, we collect them and have fun doing it. So I have fun collecting all these things. That's kind of what's happening there. Really quickly, for those of you who are learning the te imas, which is what I was explaining earlier, te imas, and how it means like to be continuously doing something. Notice how that works. You do the first verb and then you imas. Then you are existing. You exist having done the action. That's literally what that pattern means. You exist. You are having done the action. So, like if you're eating, tabete iru. Eating, I exist. I exist eatingly. So that's actually how that literally works. That's like the literal translation of that. You exist eating. So very interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that crazy stuff. This whole thing right here is the name of a location. Aichiken. Might as well bust out a map. Let's go to the maps. Can I do maps? Do I have any crazy things up? Cool. Maps. Oh, it was already up. Aichi Prefecture. So Aichi. Okay, it's near. Oh, so Nagoya's part of if you were there around for the. Yeah, so it's west of Tokyo. I think. What isn't where's Mount Fuji? I think Mount Fuji's around that area. Mount Fuji. Yeah, Mount Fuji. Yeah, and then there's Mount Fuji, and then yeah, there's Tokyo over there, and yeah, so it's halfway between Nagoya and Tokyo. Well, not halfway, but a third of the way. So Mount Fuji's there, Tokyo's over there, and Nagoya's over here, right? So this is the location that happened. Aichi-ken Ichinomiyashi. Ichinomiya. That's the name of a city. Ichinomiyashi. Ichinomiya City. Aichi Prefecture. So in this little area right here is the location that we're talking about. So Aichi-ken Ichinomiyashi. This shi at the end of a place means city. These are like a noun ending. So this ken means prefecture. This shi means city. So Aichi ken. So Aichi prefecture. Ichinomiya shi. The city of Ichinomiya. De. An action took place here. Boom. That's the place of action. We were just talking about that earlier. This is the place of action. Location of an action. Sengetsu. Last month. This kanji is for last, and this kanji is for month. Shogakusei, a student, an elementary school student. Last month, in this location, in Ichinomiyashi, Shogakusei no otokonoko. This is all one noun. Shogakusei no otokonoko. So the ko is the child, otoko is a male child, shogakusei, an elementary boy. Ga. So this is the subject. The elementary school boy ga toraku ni hanarete nakunarimashita. Once again, we have the te form followed by another verb. This is a sad sentence, so I don't want to be glib about this, but I'm teaching you grammar. This was actually a new pattern for me. Traku ni hanarete. This was a tricky one to look up. Apparently, this is to be run over, to be hit by something, by like a truck. Notice it's in the past tense. We have the areru. This is not the past tense. The passive tense. Passive tense is the areru, and it has the aw crap feeling. This one definitely has the aw crap feeling, hanarete. So they were aw crappedly hit by a truck. Notice the truck gets the ni part because that's what you were hit by. The thing that was hit, we're mentioning with a ga particle because we're in the passive. The passive is when you take a sentence like I eat a cheeseburger, or I ate a cheeseburger, and you flip it to be the cheeseburger was eaten by me. It's when you take the subject and the object and you flip them. One more time. I ate a cheeseburger. I did the action. The cheeseburger was eaten. But let's take the subject and the object and flip them. The cheeseburger was eaten by me. So that's what the passive is doing here. So the boy was hit by a truck. When you're doing that in Japanese, the O particle flips to a ni particle. Well, actually, the O particle flips to a ga, and the thing that was the subject gets a ni because it was hit by a truck. The kid was hit by a truck. Nakunarimashita. This is the polite way of saying passed away, died. Nakunarimashita. The actual verb is, it's basically always together. Nakunarimashita. So unfortunately, a kid was hit by a truck. last month in Aichi-ken in Ichinomiyashi. That's sad. That sucks. Sorry, I'm going to keep teaching you grammar. I see this and I almost say Trump. I was like, Trump killed the kid. No, 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 no. Toraku. Oh, sorry. Actually, we already did a thing. Let me check if there's any questions. I have questions because mind equals blown. Thank you very much. Toraku. Unten shite ita otoko. Once again, we have a verb modifying a noun. Unten shite ita. So unten is drive. Unten suru is to drive, like do the drive. Shite ita is was driving. So shite iru is be driving, and shite ita is was driving. So traku o unten shite ita, the driving a truck. Otoko, the man who is driving a truck. So once again, the noun gets a part. We call it a relative pronoun after the man who was driving the truck. What? He's the subject. The man who is driving the truck. Pokemon Go o Shinagara. Oh, I should add that. Shinagara. Do we have? Yeah, we have room for Shinagara. Verb stem plus Nagara. While doing the verb. While verbing. I should put a slash there, a semicolon there. Boom. Okay, so while verbing, while doing the verb. So Pokemon Go Shinagara. So while playing the game. Trako unten shita otoko wa, the man who was driving the truck. Pokemon Go Shinagara while playing Pokemon Go. Or while doing Pokemon Go. Shimas is used for play like a game. Pokemon Go o Shinagara. Unten shite ita. So he was driving while playing the game. To kangaerarete. Okay, so this little to kangaerarete. This is once again the quotative to. Where is it? To imas. Notice how I have think. Kangaemasu is to think. Oof. But then notice how it's kangaerarete. Notice how we have the areru. The areru is once again the passive. Where did that go? The passive, areru, which is it is thought that, and then teimasu is it is currently thought that he was driving while playing Pokemon Go, the man who's driving the truck. It is currently thought that the man who was driving the truck was playing Pokemon Go while driving. So yeah, it sucks. Don't drive a gigantic truck while you're playing Pokemon Go. Those guys don't stop very well. Konotame, because of this, we had that with the Trump article. For this reason, because of this, where is that? Konotame usually means for the purpose, but for this reason, or because of this, we're on the second one. Because of this, konotame, Ichinomiya-shi to Aichi-ken, so the city of Ichinomiya and the prefecture of Aichi, no keisatsu. Keisatsu means police. So the police of these places, because of this, the police of these places, game wo tsukutta kaisha ni to, or the target is the company who made the game. Kaisha's company, tsukutta is made, so the company who made, what did they make? Who made the game. So the company who made the game, ni, so they did something towards the company who made the game. Unten shiteru toki wa game wo dekinai you ni shite hoshii to tanondemashita. So here's the verb, tanomimasu, tanondemashita. They were requesting of the company who made the game that please make it so that yoni suru is to make it something, to make something adjectively. Dekinai is a verb, but it's actually an e-adjective. So dekinai yoni shite, make it so that you can't. Make it so that you can't. Make it so that you can't. Dekinai yoni shite, make it so that you can't what? Game ga dekinai, so that the game is unable to be done. Please make it so that the game is unable to be done. Unten shiteru toki wa, when driving. Unten shiteru toki wa, when driving, game ga dekinai, you can't do the game. Yo ni shite, please make it in a way that you can't play the game while driving. Shite hoshi, we did shite hoshi. We want I want you to make it. So the people who are doing the action is the police. So the police want it so that want you to make it so that you can't do the game while driving. 運転してるときはゲームができない. Notice the ゲームをできない it's not the O particle, it's the ga particle. Dekinai means something is unable to be done. So game ga dekinai. It's not game o dekinai. You can use o dekinai, but the actual proper grammar is ga particle there. Game ga dekinai yo ni shite hoshii. We want you to make it so that the game is undoable. You can't do the game when driving a car. They requested that fact to the company that made the game. Who did all this? The police of Aichiken and Ichinomiyashi. Because of this, Ichinomiyashi to Aichiken no keisatsu wa, the police of Aichiken and Ichinomiyashi. Oh, I can't wait to see the update for that. Requested totenomashita. They requested, what did they request? That you make it. We would like you to make it so that you cannot play the game. Game ga dekinai yo ni shite hoshii. 運転してるときは when driving 運転してるときはゲームができないようにしてほしい you cannot play the game when you're driving と頼んでました they requested that you can't play the game when driving. Who did they make this request to? ゲームを作った会社に the company that made the game. Who dogies? That was a hell of a sentence, wasn't it, guys? And gals. Sorry, there's probably some ladies out there. Okay. Question. Nope, questions. We got 3 people watching. They are not question having people. Okay, then we have kaisha wa nanoka. So the company on the 7th. Kaisha wa nanoka. You could say nanoka ni. You don't need to, but nanoka ni or nanoka wa. Hayai speedo de ugoiteru toki wa. So when driving, when moving, sorry, ugoiteru is moving. Ugokimasu. Ugokimasu is to move. Ugoiteru toki wa when. So notice how we have a noun toki and it's being modified by ugoiteru. Normally in English we would say a time. Toki does mean time. Toki does mean time. So a time when moving quickly. A much more English way of saying this is when moving quickly. Oh, sorry, hayai speedo de ugoiteru. So by means of a high speed de ugoiteru toki. When you're moving by means of a high speed, character o tsukamaeru. Tsukamaeru is to catch. You gotta catch a ball. Tsukamaeru. Tsukamaeru. So character o tsukamaeru. Whoops. Character o tsukamaeru. To catch a character, dogu. The tools of catching a character. So the tools of catching a character. Dogu is tools or the utensils for catching characters, nado, and things like that. So things like the tools for catching characters, nado, o morau koto ga dekinai you ni shimashita. Okay. Morau is to receive or to get. So you cannot receive the tools for catching a character. Sorry. We didn't. So receiving the tools for catching a character. And then then we made it a noun with koto. Receiving the tools for catching a character. Ga dekinai is unable. Yoni shimashita. Something made it so that you cannot receive the tools for catching a character when moving at a high speed. On the 7th, the company did it. The company, on the 7th, made it so that, once again, yoni shimasu, make it so that, yoni shimasu, so the company on the 7th made it so that dekinai, you're unable to koto ga dekinai, you're unable to receive. What are you unable to receive? Things like the tools to catch characters when moving at a high speed. You can almost read the sentence backwards and end up with the perfect translation. Start off with here. The company on the 7th made it so that you cannot do the receiving of things that you need to catch, things that let you catch characters when moving at high speeds. You're unable to get these items when you're moving at high speeds. The company made it that way. No more questions. Jeez, you guys are quiet. All right. 会社は the company どのぐらいのスピードでできなくなるか? Okay, so this one's tricky. どのぐらいのスピード? どのぐらい. Notice how this is being used like a noun. Okay, so どのぐらい is how much, to what degree, to what degree no speedo, the speed of what degree, so how fast is a good translation of this. どのぐらいのspeedo, how fast, de, by means of how fast, できなくなる. So naru is to become a certain way. Dekinaku is to be unable to do something. どのぐらいのスピードでできなくなるか? So how fast do you have to go to not be able to do this? は言ってません. They are not saying. は言ってません. Okay, so remember how we have the quotative to for when they say something? When it's a question that you're quoting, the ka replaces the to. We don't need a to if it's a question. So, どのぐらいのスピードでできなくなる? So, the narimasu is to become. Dekinakunaru is to say, become unable to. And then it's understood that we're talking about catching the tools and stuff, catching the characters. At what speed are we at what speed has it become that we cannot catch the characters? どのぐらいのスピードでできなくなるか? At what speed are we unable to catch the characters? は言ってません. They are not saying. The kaisha is not saying at what speed you cannot catch the characters. しかし、車は運転してる時は when driving a car, 車を運転する drive a car, 運転している when driving a car, driving a car, toki when driving a car, Pokemon Go de, by means of Pokemon Go de asobu, you cannot, playing by means of Pokemon Go, koto wa, the playing of Pokemon Go wa, koto ga hotondo, pretty much dekinakunata. It has pretty much come to be that you are unable to play Pokemon Go. Toitemasu. They said that you are pretty much able not to play Pokemon Go. Tokiwa, when driving a car. They didn't tell us how fast you need to be going, but they told you that you pretty much can't be doing it. You pretty much can't play the game when you're driving a car. Tricky grammar, tricky subject. I hope this helps somebody somewhere. It is now 12:09. I'm done unless you guys got questions. Let me check my super exciting smartphone. I did not get any exciting texts here. Looks like no questions. So, that being said, check out evanseasyjapanese.com, evanseasyjapanese.com. And feel free to donate, give me some patrons, or you can always find me on Reddit as Evan G. Rogers, or go on YouTube, get a video, send me a message. Go on Facebook, send me a message. If you have something you want me to translate, go right ahead. Even on Twitter, you guys can check me out on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much, but I'm trying to get back into it. Looks like there's no questions. We only had 3 viewers today. I hope this was useful for somebody. NHK Easy News. Have yourself a happy jappy day. Whoop. Bye-bye.